gorgeous, peaceful, calm, tranquil. Yeah, that pretty much describes my life in Moscow.
3, 2, 1.
Here we go!
Hello, my friends. Привет, друзья. Добрый день. It is a lovely day in Moscow. The sun is shining. It is a beautiful day. Just check it out. So, had to come out and do my first walk and talk. And this is on the eve of the Tucker Carlson interview. So, depending when you see this video, this is just a few hours before that interview airs. Anyway, I wanted to come out, talk to my fans and my friends, talk about my life in Russia, talk about what it's like to live here, talk a little bit about current events, and yeah, just check it out. Check out this path that I'm on. It is absolutely gorgeous. And I'm headed to a forest park that's just a short walk from my flat. I'm gonna head over there and just have a little conversation about what it's like as a Texan where it's hot, hot and humid. Come to a place where now you've got flakes of snow blowing in your face. Anyway, we'll continue this conversation in a bit. In the meantime, just check it out. Just check out this beauty. Oh man, it's gorgeous. Gorgeous, peaceful, calm, tranquil. Yeah. That pretty much describes my life in Moscow. We'll pick it up in a bit. So I want to show you guys how fast you can go from an urban area to a secluded forest park in just a matter of minutes. To me, this is one of the gems of living in Moscow. And we'll just make our own path. Why not? So, Tucker Carlson. There is so much hype here in Russia about this upcoming interview. He is a well-respected journalist, and Russia sees him as a friend of truth and a friend that is well respected. And so there's been a ton of memes, both pro and against this interview, but it's been fun to see, and I look forward to the interview as well. I don't know, what good may come from it, but I do know what most people will hear is the truth, and I hope it resonates with them. And we'll see. But I think Tucker's visit to Moscow was at the right time and right place. Man, but some of the backlash from back home, wow. There's a lot of hateful comments and a lot of controversy about it in the West. It's kind of crazy when you look at it from this perspective. And let me turn the camera around. Check out this forest park. Literally less than a 10-minute walk from the flat. And then you're here in total seclusion. And you're just filled with this sense of nature and beauty and serenity. Oh my gosh. Breathtaking. You can come out here and just breathe the fresh air. And you can't for once imagine that you're in a city of 18 million people. Unbelievable. And you can come here and just, wow. One of the things I love so much about Moscow are the parks. They're everywhere. Some, obviously made for children, some made for adults, and then you've got these forest parks like we're in today, and it's just so relaxing that you can kind of just get away from the city and come walk in a place like this and just kind of just forget everything. Parks here are amazing. And one of the things I love about living in Moscow guys, if you're joining me for the first time, welcome to my channel. My name is Eddie. I am the Moscow photographer. I'm a native of Texas, and I now live in Moscow. And my channel serves to kind of show Moscow and Russia from the perspective of a photographer, to tell a story and to show the beauty through an artistic eye. And speaking of beauty, here, watch some more. Watch some more of this beauty. Oh my gosh. In the summer, you can come out here and there's just squirrels everywhere. And in the fall, they're searching for nuts. And folks will come out here and feed the squirrels. It's really, really cool. Hey guys, down in the comments, tell me where you're from. Tell me where you're watching. Tell me, have you been to Russia? Have you been to Moscow? Would you like to come visit? Let's have a conversation. Tell us where you're from. One of the questions I get from my friends back in Texas is, what's it like here? I mean, is Russia friendly to foreigners? Do you ever get harassed? Maybe by the police or, harassed by other people? And the answer is no. I've had no interactions with the police whatsoever. Because I don't go looking for trouble. You don't go looking for trouble, you won't find it. This is the same in the United States. You go looking for trouble, you're going to find the cops. The cops are looking for you. Well, it's the same here. So, I'm not a troublemaker, not a rabble-rouser. So, I have no contacts or interactions with the police. Another question I often get is, how do the locals treat foreigners? And I will say that they treat foreigners like they treat everybody else. You treat someone with respect, and they're going to respect you back. People are the same everywhere. Respect them, and they in turn will respect you. There's no secret formula to this. But there is a significant language barrier. Most places in Moscow, you will not find someone who speaks English. I mean, you do. It's probably more common in the larger cities like Moscow or St. Petersburg, Sochi, Ekaterinburg. So you're more apt to find an English speaker in those bigger cities than, say, out in the villages. But what I have found and what I have discovered is that if you take the time to learn just a little bit of the language or fully immerse yourself in it, but even if you just learn a little bit and you speak their native language, most Russians' heart will immediately melt when they hear you in your broken English, half Spanish accent, trying to say, hello, здравствуйте, They think the fact that you're taking the time to learn their language, which they understand is very, very difficult for a non-native speaker to know and to learn. They love you, and they will help you. They will try to help you, and if they do know some English, when they hear your broken Russian, you're kind of giving them permission to speak their broken English with you without judgment. And that's really what keeps people from speaking a new language. I know it does me, because I'm afraid that, I'm going to get the cases wrong, or maybe I won't pronounce it correctly. But everybody's been really, really cool about that. So, no, absolutely no problem with the foreigners. And if you just learn just a little bit of the language, I mean, you can go in a shop, go in a little supermarket or a tea house, order some food, pay for it. That brings up a very good topic, and that is money, dengue, and how to use money here in Russia. So let's talk about that. So here in this forest park, there's this, I don't know, jungle gym? Place where you can come and work out. Definitely a little cold to work out here. I don't see any bears working out, but in the summer, spring and early fall, this is a perfect place to come and just work out. And you see these free gyms out in the parks. I think it's a really, really cool investment in the health of its citizens of Moscow. Subject of money. Pre-sanctions, it used to be really, really easy. I had a Wise card. It used to be called Wise Transfer. It's still called Wise today. And you set up an account online. They send you a Visa or MasterCard debit card. You load money in your native currency. And virtually all world currencies were supported by Wise. And what was really cool about it is you could set up separate accounts on different currencies depending on which countries you plan to visit. So say you were going to Mexico and you wanted to pay in pesos instead of dollars. You just set up a peso account, load money into your Wise account in dollars, and then transfer X amount of dollars to Mexican pesos. When you go to Mexico, put your card down and you would pay for it. It would recognize that it was being charged in pesos and it would withdraw from your peso account. Wonderful system. The exchange rate was reasonable and usually much cheaper than what you were going to get if you paid with another currency in that country. Anyway, so I would set up a ruble account, deposit money into my Wise, transfer it over to rubles. Then I would go into any store, purchase anything, and at the register, simply present my Wise card, and it would deduct rubles from the account. Very, very convenient. Post sanctions and the de-swifting of Russia, Wise went away. And I don't blame them. I don't think it was virtue signaling or, anything political or anything like that. I just think it was a business decision, being cut off from the SWIFT. Are they be able to get their money in and out of Russia? How easily could they do it? So, no more Wise. So, there are other ways, legal ways, to bring money into Russia. Maybe I'll save that for another video. But in the meantime, Russia is a country that allows foreigners to open a bank account. You simply need your passport. And what's interesting for American citizens, if you open an account at a bank in Russia, you still have to fill in your IRS form that reports to Uncle Sam in the States that you do have a Russian bank account. So even in Russia, there's no escaping Uncle Sam. But yeah, so I have a Russian bank account and a Visa MasterCard and a Mir card. And Mir is a Russian word that means world card. And Mir, as it's pronounced in Russian, Mir is Russia's answer to Visa MasterCard. So you can use Mir anywhere in Russia. You can actually now use Mir in several other countries, Turkey being one of them, I believe. But yeah, it's really cool, really easy. Which brings me to another point about Russia that I really find very interesting, and that is how digital Russia is. Virtually everyone has a smartphone. I mean, they're everywhere. Everybody has a smartphone. And why wouldn't you not have a smartphone? Because Russia, to me, is one of the most digitalized countries that I know of. And I know in the West, there's this kind of like it's voodoo to kind of go digital. And so I want to tell you a little bit about digital life in Russia. So everything is so well connected here in Russia. So if you come to Russia and you bring a cell phone from another country or the States, as long as your cell phone is unlocked, which means you own it, you can get a Russian SIM card from a Russian cell phone provider. Now, my provider in the States is T-Mobile, and T-Mobile has a roaming contract with MTS, which is a Russian service provider. Now, MTS is one of the premier cell phone providers in Russia. So I have a Russian SIM card and a Russian phone number. And this is key to convenience in Russia. It really, really is. Everything seems to be tied to your phone, especially when it comes to banking and just getting around with stuff. What I'm amazed at is how thick, we should say, how well penetrated, if I could say that, Russia is with cell coverage. Or at least it's been my experience, especially here in Moscow. So you have cell phone coverage everywhere, even down in the metro. Hundreds, well, maybe not hundreds. Certainly tens of feet underground, you have cell phone coverage. You have Wi-Fi in the metro. You have Wi-Fi on the buses, Wi-Fi on the trains. You could literally start a conversation, walk into a metro, go into the city, come back out, and still be talking on your cell phone, never losing connection. It is amazing. And what I'm amazed about this infrastructure is how inexpensive it is. And this is one of the reasons why everyone in Russia has a cell phone. My cell phone service with MTS is 400 airtime minutes, which I never use, free SMS, and 10 gigabytes of high-speed 4G LTE data per month. My tariff, 690 rubles, approximately maybe $7.40. My cell phone bill in Russia is about $7.40 a month. In America, oh my gosh, on T-Mobile, those of you in America, you know what you pay for your cell phone bill, right? It's nowhere near that. I have a family plan. I even have a discount because I'm over 55 with T-Mobile. Paying for 4 devices. So I still have my Texas phone number. Yeah, $162 a month. And here I pay $7.40 a month. Incredible, incredible. But one of the cool things about having a Russian cell phone, like I said, is it's connected to your bank. So when you go and you open a bank account, your cell phone number is linked to your bank account. So literally, you can pay anyone in Russia just by knowing their phone number, which makes transferring money between people and paying for goods, paying for services so easy. It unbelievably easy. All you need is their phone number. So convenient. In the States, until recently, you had to have a separate app, separate service to be able to do this. You had PayPal. PayPal was one of the first. Now you've got what? Stripe. You've got Cash App. Yeah, I couldn't remember the name. Cash App. And then now there's a service with most banks, Zelle, that allows you to transfer money between bank accounts as long as that other bank supports Zelle. And here in Russia, all you need is somebody's phone number and you can transfer money to them. It's unbelievably convenient. One of the other things I love about Russia, high-speed internet. I have high-speed internet at home. What is it? 100 gigabit, 100 gigabyte. I can't remember. It's super freaking fast. That's all I know. It's about $8 a month. Yeah. Back in Texas, I was paying about $72 a month for, was it 50 gigabits per second? Yeah. Infrastructure is just incredible. Also, what's incredible is the view. Check this view out. Check it out. Check it out. just gorgeous. Calm, serene. So, getting in and around Moscow. Do I own a car? The answer is no, I don't own a car. Can I drive in Moscow? Yeah, I can. I could rent a car, and there's some documents that I'd have to provide. I'd probably have to get like an international driver's license because international driver's licenses are recognized in Russia, but I don't need it. Now, if I lived in a village, if I lived in one of the regions outside of a big city, getting around without a car is difficult. But because I live in Moscow, getting around anywhere in the city is extremely easy. So I'm fortunate that I live right in between two metro stations. And so to get to a metro station is about a 12-minute walk in either direction. And I get on the same line, and I can go anywhere I need to go in Moscow quite easily. It's very inexpensive. You can either pay with your credit card, which charges you a little bit more for using the credit card, or you can purchase a Troika card. Troika, with its kind of referring to three, because you can use it on the subway, you can use it on the bus system and the rail system. And you load money, you load rubles onto it, and you use your Troika card to pay for your travel. It's very inexpensive. Depending on the time of day, depending on where you're headed, you get on the subway and you pay for your ride. And you only pay one time, no matter how many transfers you make. You can actually ride the subway, ride the metro all day long, and you're only going to pay once. Anyway, most tariffs are about anywhere from about 54 to 59 rubles. So you're talking about maybe, let's just round it off, 60 cents per ride. Sometimes it's even cheaper. Sometimes I've seen it at about like 29 rubles, maybe 30 cents to ride. And the metro is the cheapest way to get around Moscow. The second cheapest way will be the bus system. So depending on where you need to go, and that's another thing. Let's talk about the apps that are available. You've got Yandex. You've got Yandex Maps, Yandex Translate, which I recommend for anybody if you're coming to Russia. You've got Yandex Music, Yandex Browser. Yeah, you got Yandex Drive, which is like a Google Drive for Yandex. But anyway, somebody sends you an address, you just go to Yandex Maps and put in the address, and it tells you different ways to get there. Driving, walking, public transport, maybe going by bicycle, which is common. And it is just super, super convenient. You've got a Metro app, so I can literally go into the Metro app, put in where I'm going, and it'll show me the Metro route to get there and how long it'll take to get there. So getting in and around Moscow without a car, extremely easy and extremely inexpensive. So yeah. That's a little bit about my life here in Moscow as a native Texan expat. You know, people here always ask me, where I'm from. And I love to answer by saying Texas. Because one, it's true. But most times they'll ask me, Texas, you know, where's Texas? And then I get to say, well, Texas is somewhere near the USA. Yeah. Proud Texan here. Very proud Texan. Anyway, guys, I hope you've enjoyed my first ever walk and talk here in this beautiful, beautiful forest park. It is gorgeous. And what a beautiful day God has blessed us with today. Ah, it's amazing. Amazing. Thank you for joining me on this walk and talk. And if you haven't done so already, hit the thumbs up button, hit the subscribe button, and then hit that other little notification bell. So the next time I upload another beautiful walk and talk, you'll get notified. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for the support. This little channel is growing. And I'm really, really happy and really excited about that. Got some good content coming up too. Be sure to check out some of my other videos. And hey guys, appreciate it. Thanks for everything. And we'll see you next time. Пока-пока.